All right, so in today's video, we're going to take a look at how to do a trading strategy or look for hot stocks and setups using Google Trends. Now, Google Trends is just what's happening and what's moving today. And I think you could use Google Trends in light of stocks to get in or stocks to get out of, because what's happening with Google Trends is what is trending, what is being talked about. And it's a very similar concept to looking at volume when it comes to stock charts and stock prices. So when I pull up the stock sheets, let's just pull them up right now and take a look at things. First off, when we look at Google Trends here, you can pull it up by searching for Google Trends, and it's going to be Trends Google, and then you can go to Trending Now and see what's happening. Now, I'm on the Canada side right now with the VPNs and all of that. But you could do it based on US and go to the United States, and we can filter it this way. Now, this is showing you real-time kind of a Clarence Thomas and Iceland volcano and so forth. But what we can do is also just search for, let's say, stocks. And if we search for stocks, you can see the past 12 months. Now, we probably don't want to do the past 12 months. We actually want to go in and look at maybe the past 4 hours, past day, past 7 days. So depending on the trade that you're looking to do, like let's say you're trying to do a trade where the stock's moving or behaving or what are people talking about over the last 7 days, you could do something like this and then look at stock, just searching for stock. Now, sometimes this is going to sway things, like it could be stock photography. But in this case, what we have here is a couple of things going on where we have related queries. If we scroll down, we have rising, but then you can also fine tune things for the top, like, best stocks to buy and so on. So I would do rising right now, but you could check out both. And you can see US Steel has had a pretty significant growth over the last week. Now, if we pull up the trading panel and platform and we look up US Steel, it's actually the ticker symbol X. So there it is, US Steel. You can see that we also had a ton of volume here coming in, and the stock really jumped quite a bit. So look at that move and power move to the upside. So this has been really good, and hence why people are also talking about it. So they're talking about it because the stock moved, and it's also there's a lot of volume involved. Now, there are other ways to do this. I mean, really, without using Google Trends, there's certain programs like this one. This is TC2000. You can just search by volume buzz, and that is for today. So you can see Carvana, UPST, First Solar. They have a lot of volume today. So if we switch, I'm going to switch this to the blue symbol. That way I can pull up First Solar, and you can see First Solar is moving $11 today, almost 6.5%. So because of that, that's getting pushed. So I'd say looking at a volume buzz or where volume is pushing more than the previous couple of days, it's just as good. But if you like Google Trends, sometimes what you can do is discover stocks that are unknown, or stocks that are a little bit different. So Warren Buffett sold stocks. Buffett's, so this is Buffett related, not that it gives us a specific stock here, best AI stocks. So again, nothing interesting. Steel stocks, Snowflake stock. So Snowflake is another company. And if we look at Snow right here, Snowflake, people are looking this up. So then what you can do is compare it to volume or what's going on recently. Recently, this one's been trending higher. You can also see, is it powering higher or not, breaking certain levels. So those are things to look into. But of course, you do have to use your brain and be mindful of what's going on and what's happening in the space, because otherwise you could say, hey, well, just because it's being talked about, I'm going to buy the stock. So use your brain when it comes to making these decisions. All right, let's look at some more here. Google Trends, best stocks to buy. Pfizer was big a few days back. So because we're looking at about 7 days ago, Pfizer was big back then. It had a big drop. So I'll just show you this one. So when we had this big drop, it's actually now coming back a little bit, which is good from the long investing side. But sometimes you'll see the stocks that dropped because that's also creating news headlines, and then we're powering and moving higher again. So depending on what you're really looking to do and accomplish, depending on your strategy in the marketplace, Google Trends may or may not be a good solution. It's just there to see which ones are being talked about. Now, the other thing you could do is instead of a web search, you could see what about the news search? What's happening with stocks here, insurance stocks, tech stocks, solar stocks. So they're looking at this. You could also go for the past 30 days. Or the other thing is YouTube search. Now, YouTube search, I will say, sometimes it's geared towards more, it could be day traders, quick trading, not always long-term investing. So it will vary. And sometimes people are looking for stocks that are cheap, and cheap is not always great. So remember, people searching on YouTube, I will say, are not necessarily, even then, it's not always the professional grade folks, because if you're trading and you're in the professional space, meaning you're doing this on a day-to-day basis, I don't really use Google Trends to make my stock picks or look for stocks. Why not? Well, it's because I'm just looking at the volume right here. I have a whole list of stocks, and I can actually directly compare the volume buzz relative to the previous volume or the amount of volume. You can also do that by just comparing a moving average on volume compared to how it's doing today. So that's another way to compare it, is how far off is it from the previous moving average based on the hour that it's traded, or, because divide 6.5 trading hours in a day, and then you get kind of the hourly. So it gives you an idea of how much volume is being traded in that stock. And it's just a direct number, percentage based, meaning it's 20% more than normal, or 10% more, or 3.65% more. And here in this case, we've got 350% more, or more buzz, and these other stocks are less. So it gives you a direct actual number value rather than, oh, what's trending. So this is why, for my reason, I don't really care for Google Trends for my personal stock picks. I use it actually more for video production and figuring out what videos people are searching for, but it doesn't mean necessarily that these are the ones I'm trading. So you have to use your brain when it comes to, hey, just because there's a video about that doesn't necessarily mean that there's these stocks that we're actually trading. And that's what a lot of creators do, I will find, is, they talk and chat about a lot of stocks that you may see are popular or getting searched, but it's not necessarily a smart one to get into a position. So for example, today I've got some stuff on Carvana, and it's pushing, but you can see it didn't make the list. I've got stuff on First Solar, also doing quite well. I've got stuff on Etsy. It's kind of down the list a little bit. So you can see right there, I put a note, got into the position, bullish, boom, powering higher. And then I did Google the other day. It's not doing so hot. And Amazon also, I think, is down. Yeah, so I got in it the other day on Amazon. There's a note there, and it's actually pulling back as well. So anyway, so just because it was on Google Trends doesn't mean that you're actually in those positions or doing those positions, or those are the right positions. I got into these positions because they're clearing certain levels. I like the volume coming in because the volume was coming in the other day on Amazon. So this is kind of why I got into this one, was of the clearing. I think I also did Meta. Yeah, there it is. Also doing quite well today. So there's a few stocks that I'm powering into, but they aren't necessarily being searched. So be mindful when you're getting into these or doing a search for these kinds of things on these search engines, because this is just based on search and popularity. But popularity doesn't necessarily mean good returns or results. It's just what's being searched around there. So here is Shopify stock. Also, Shopify's been doing okay. And been moving and grinding higher. I didn't get into it because the volume didn't pick up, or wasn't anything huge or amazing from my end. Anyways, that's how you could use Google Trends to look for some strategies, but really it's just another way to looking for what's picking up in volume. So if you have MO, it's picking up probably in volume. There it is, MO kind of trending to the upside a little bit here. And then what you'll do is compare kind of, hey, how's the volume? And that's the thing. It's more volume usually means more popular. But unfortunately, with the search engines, you don't have a tool of how much volume is actually being traded because they don't show that kind of results. They're looking at search results. Even today, Lyft is being traded quite a bit. slightly to the downside and then popping a little now, and we'll see if it'll roll back over again. But it just shows you there's more volume there, but it's not being searched. But it could be a good trading opportunity from, hey, you want to short it, maybe you want to go long it. Thing is there's a lot of volume and action in there. Anyways, I hope that helps. Truly appreciate you guys writing in all the comments. If you want me to chat about a stock, or you want me to kind of take a look at the technicals on a stock, just go ahead, write in a ticker in the comments. I'll check it out, and we'll make either a video on it or on one of the videos where we review and recap multiple stocks. So again, thanks for joining me. Check out the website. There's a lot of great freebies, things to download, free courses, mini courses, PDFs, cheat sheets, that kind of thing, and much more. You can even book a one-on-one coaching session with me if it's something you're interested in. Anyways, I'll see you in the next video. Take care.